It's the Score North Twin Show.
All right, we ready, Dex? Here we go. You go ahead. You hit the burner.
Reckless speculation.
A little disappointed in the Twins here. Not because they didn't sign Emilio Pagan for $8 million a year on a multi-year contract, but when you go to MLB Trade Rumors, which just brilliantly aggregates if any Twins player is even breathed about anywhere on the internet, then they will have it, right? The last update on the Twins tagged section of MLB Trade Rumors is 4 days ago. So it's all's quiet on, not on all the Twins speculation, because we're gonna tie a couple of sort of laces together here from The Athletic, but the winter meetings start Sunday night and they run through like Thursday morning, maybe Friday morning next week in Nashville.
Can't wait.
So we're going to hit you with a quick hitting 20-minute episode of the Score North Twin Show today, a random twin of the week we'll get to, with a couple updates and a couple speculative thoughts. But a shout out to our friends at Zero Res, boys. If you're looking to tidy up your home maybe for the holidays, you're looking to get rid of that weird carpet smell, maybe that pine tar stain on your couch, on your stairs, paw prints, whatever it is, Zero Res is here. Don't DIY it. Call Zero Res. They'll get the job done in a safe and effective way. And if you're like, Zero Res, let me look these guys up. Go to the Google reviews. 17,000 reviews, a 4.9 out of 5 rating for Zero Res. Call Zero Res today for the Phil Mackey and Score North special. 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at just $129. And this month, get $75 off when you get your air ducts cleaned as well. That's 9520-RES or ZeroResMinnesota.com. 9520-RES or ZeroResMinnesota.com. Spell it forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res. Okay?
Reckless speculation.
So, Emilio Pagan to the Reds. It's a 2-year, $16 million guaranteed contract. He parlayed a really good season in the end. He was incredible with bases empty, a little rickety with men on base, but in the end, he wound up having a really good season with the Twins. So it's $8 million, $8 million, which means the Twins so far this offseason have said goodbye to Sonny Gray, Kenta Maeda, and Emilio Pagan, who were so Sonny Gray was maybe their best starting pitcher. Him and Pablo were right there neck and neck. And Emilio Pagan was one of their 2 to 3 best relief pitchers last year. So they've got to start replacing some of these guys, right? Just what are your thoughts on the departures and then specifically the state of the bullpen? Right now it's Duran, Jax, Brock Stewart, Louis Varland I'm going to put in there. A couple of lefties to kind of pick and choose from, Caleb Thielbar and Cody Funderburk. And you're looking to fill some of those slots as well. So your thoughts on the latest departure here, Emilio Pagan?
I think if you're ever trying to cut costs, which clearly the Twins are on the record as saying that they are, then not signing a pitcher to a 2-year, $16 million contract coming out of the bullpen is a smart move. So of all of the departures, I am very comfortable with this. Plus, as you said, Phil, Pagan had a very, very certain profile in 2023, which is if he came in to start an inning, bases were empty, he was great. When he came in with guys on base, it got dicey. Am I paying a guy out of the bullpen $8 million per to create perfect conditions? Like we've always talked about Cousins, right? Like if the conditions are perfect, I mean, relievers by their nature are not supposed to have perfect conditions. So
need a firefighter.
So I think we can disagree a bit on the Gray one. The Maeda one, I'm not really like, if you could have gotten back on a 1-year contract, fine. I don't hate to see him go. Pagan at this price, I would have said exactly what the Twins did, which was good luck.
Real quick on those numbers. So in 2023, and by the way, our guy Doogie in the scoop session on, and by the way, can we flip this to the Score North Twin Show banner just for the YouTube audience? On the scoop session today.
I missed it completely.
It's a branding. Yeah,
don't feel bad, Jack. I completely missed it.
A lot of plates. Emails aren't sending. There's things uploading.
So emails aren't
time
sending.
crunch.
Okay. All right.
Or is it just emails to Judd aren't sending?
Emails to Judd. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things. A lot of
Lights.
balls on the court.
Doogie said the Twins didn't even have a conversation with Pagan or his agent. He became a free agent. They didn't talk, and then Pagan signed with the Reds. So with men on base this year, his OPS was 770 allowed with men on base, 770. Bases empty, 404. So almost a 400-point gap between men on and bases empty. Good luck. Good luck in Cincinnati.
They used to call, in my day, those guys firemen. Pagan's statistics suggest that he was a fireman who had one condition. I don't want to go into a fire.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm out.
Trevor May actually had a hilarious breakdown on his Instagram of all these terms of like pitchers that come into games. Like if you are a starter who can only go 5 innings or less, you are a 5 and dive. 5 and dive. There's 5. You get those 5 innings, and 5 and dive. You're out. Goodbye. So there's a lot of those funny ones too, like firefighters and all that stuff. And Pagan, to his credit, definitely changed a lot of narrative. He did. He had a disastrous first season with the Twins, and once he was finally utilized correctly this season, to Phil's point on the runners empty and coming into situations in high leverage, he actually turned himself into a pretty decent reliever. That being said, am I going to lose sleep over not paying Emilio Pagan that contract? No, that is an easy fix to figure out elsewhere. So good luck to Emilio Pagan in Cincinnati.
And good for him for getting paid. It's probably life-changing money. I mean, he's made some money in the big leagues, but now he gets $16 million over 2 years. Congratulations. Let's speculate recklessly here for a few minutes, boys.
Reckless speculation.
Oh, checked it. Going to give you 3 names here. There's 2 articles in The Athletic today. One from Jim Bowden, the former Major League general manager, who has a free agent signing idea for all 30 teams. And then Ken Rosenthal has a couple of interesting potential starting pitcher trade candidates. He doesn't specifically link the Twins to them, but the Twins have already made one trade with this team. But we'll start with Jim Bowden. He lists Wade Miley, the left-handed starting pitcher, he's 37 years old now, but he lists Wade Miley as a good link for the Twins. 1 year, $13.5 million. The Twins are looking to add a 6th starter type to protect themselves from injury, and Wade Miley would be a perfect fit, although the 37-year-old is looking for a longer-term deal. If he doesn't find one, he might be willing to sign for 1 year. The Twins' expected rotation, as of right now, is Lopez, Ryan, Ober, Paddock, and maybe Louis Varland, who are all right-handers. Miley is a soft-tossing lefty. He throws about 90 miles an hour, which in today's game is soft-tossing. He was good last year. He started 23 games, a 3.14 earned run average in 120 innings with the Brewers. And now his FIP was much higher, so his expected ERA was, there's some luck in there potentially.
Yep.
But how would you feel about bringing in a Wade Miley, a change of pace, left-handed starter? Now he's only made like 5 relief appearances in his career, so he's not a guy that you would put in as like your lefty reliever. He would be a starter. He doesn't replace Sonny Gray, but I'm interested in this idea. I will say that.
This strikes me as though sort of the over the hill gang that this front office group has brought in. I mean, if the price is fine and he comes to spring training and he'd be on obviously the roster, I'm not going to gripe about it and say it's a terrible move. But does it excite me? No. I mean, he's 37. I mean, no, it doesn't excite me.
No, I would rather you figure out something else here. I mean, Wade Miley's 37, former All-Star. And I mean, yeah, he's still got a little bit left in the tank. I mean, his numbers last year for a 36-year-old were pretty dang good. But I have trepidations giving a guy who does not strike out that many batters a significant part of my rotation. Like, Wade Miley seems like the kind of guy, like if the Twins get bit with injuries throughout the course of the season, he's out on the street, you bring him in like Dallas Keuchel, like they did last year, right? Like I'm more interested in probably a path like that than Wade Miley coming into spring training, competing for the number 5 spot, getting the 5th spot, getting roughed up for a month before you just pull the plug on him. So no, I'd rather look at other options before exploring a Wade Miley path.
Yeah, if that's like your only solution, then okay, you need to do a little bit more than that. But he's an effective starter. I think it is valuable to have a lefty in that rotation, and you could use some depth. I don't think you should go into the season just relying on Louis Varland's going to be a viable starter and Chris Paddock's going to give you 175 innings. Like, you do need guys who recently have pitched successfully in the big leagues.
Hot stove, lukewarm. Lukewarm on this.
Okay. Lukewarm.
I'm lukewarm.
Reckless speculation.
Okay.
Hot stove ranking.
2 other names for you from Ken Rosenthal.
Mm-hmm.
The section of this article is, will the Marlins trade a starter? Well, they already facilitated a trade like this last year with Luis Arias for Pablo Lopez. Almost every offseason, teams come to the Marlins for their starting pitching. This offseason is no different, and the Marlins could trade a starter to address needs at shortstop or catcher. The problem is they already face a shortage of innings in their rotation. Alcantara is out for the season after undergoing Tommy John surgery in October, so yeah. Perez on an innings limit after throwing just 128 last year, only 91 in the majors. They got some lefties, but that are off limits in Luzardo and Braxton Garrett. But teams are interested in righty Edward Cabrera and lefty Trevor Rogers, according to sources briefed on the Marlins conversations. So Cabrera is 25 years old from the Dominican Republic, big-time strikeout starter. He averaged 11 strikeouts per 9, which is right in there with like Pablo Lopez territory. But he also had one of the highest walk rates in baseball. He walked 6 batters per 9 innings last year in the 20 starts he made. But a guy with a ton of potential if you can hone him and get those walks under control. And the best part about him is right now he makes $730,000. He won't hit arbitration for another year, under team control for 4 years. Trevor Rogers is a former top 15 overall pick. Now, he missed a huge chunk of the year last year with a bicep strain and a partial tear in his lat, but no like UCL stuff. This would be stuff that you don't have to worry about. It's not like a frayed labrum or anything like that. So I think he would come back. But he's 26 years old. He 2 years ago was an all-star who had a 2.64 ERA in 25 starts. So he's shown you some stuff there. Would you go back to the I don't think they would take. You already traded him a Rise. I don't think you're trading Julian to them too, because that creates kind of the same problem. So I don't know.
Right.
But would you be interested in these guys?
Go ahead, Dex.
I really like Edward Cabrera here for the Twins. So this was a dude who has pretty good strikeout stuff, control issues for sure. I mean, 6 walks per 9 inning is definitely an issue. But the Twins brass, if they identify Cabrera as a target for them, I actually trust that. They've done a really good job at identifying these type of pitchers. Obviously Pablo Lopez won's the crown jewel, but they've done the same thing with Joe Ryan when they traded Nelson Cruz. They've done a really good job at identifying these type of guys. I know Tyler Mahle looks bad right now, and that was a bad trade for sure. It's a bad trade, but I actually think they have made better good trades for this pitching staff than the Tyler Mahle trade. And that was the thing that I wanted to really get over last trade deadline was don't let one bad deadline prevent you from making a trade. Don't have a fear-based mindset because you made one mistake. You can't make another good addition. I trust that this staff and this the front office and the coaching staff had identified Cabrera as a target for them. Yeah, sign me up. This guy's a controllable asset. He's got big strikeout stuff. This would be the type of dude you'd want to have in your rotation. So yeah, sign me up for Edward Cabrera.
What's the price here, do we think? Like, what would be the price?
I would say a Julian level player, but it would probably have to be somebody else. I mean, they're looking for shortstop help. This might be a Brooks Lee conversation.
I'm not doing that.
I'm
not doing that.
You think that your top prospect for a guy like this?
I'm saying this dude is under team control for 4 years.
It wouldn't be cheap.
He's an established major league pitcher. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying for sure that would be the player.
But you're not going to get Polanco. It's not going to be, hey, just take Jorge Polanco.
You got to trade multiple years of a good player that they're interested in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough, man. I feel like there's other ways to get pitching. I would be careful giving up Brooks Lee at this stage in the game. If there was a way, like, I'd rather go get a Corbin Burns for a year.
Yes.
And give up something less and then kind of figure out in 2025 if there's, another trade to be made for somebody with more team control.
What's the potential price on Glass now?
Oh, that's
Glass now?
What's the potential price on Glass now?
Let's see here. Let's hold on a second here.
Because I mean, I think he's going to get moved, I think. Like, there's all indications.
There's no way the Rays are trading or are paying him $20 or $25 million.
I know Dex loves
right?
him. He's good.
So yeah, I mean, it's going to be it'd be 1 year of Glass now, but he is, when healthy, one of the best starting pitchers in baseball. So right now there's no specific, like, the only thing that's floating out there is like the teams that are interested, like the Cubs are in the conversation. There's other teams too, but I haven't seen any specific names linked to him in a trade. So, but assume that it would be one of your top 5 prospects to get even 1 year of Glass now, right?
On the Cabrera front, would you give up Alex Kirilloff and let's call it a 6 through 10 prospect for Cabrera? Or is that a hang up the phone situation for the Marlins?
I don't know about the Marlins. I would look to maybe sell on Kirilloff, but I also hate selling low. Like, I worry about his injuries, man, and the wrist too. That seems like a ticking time bomb. When he's healthy, he's so good, but that's tough.
Yeah, how would the Marlins, because of what you just brought up, how would the Marlins feel about that? Like, Kirilloff in his, as a prime player is great, but like, we're talking about a guy with injury problems, and some are very, very concerning. At least the wrist is incredibly concerning.
Let us know in the comment section here. Would you dangle a Brooks Lee for, whether it's a Cabrera or somebody else, for like 4 years of a potential high-end starting pitcher, or is that too much to give up in a situation like that? Hit us up in the YouTube comment section. I have a top secret meeting with a former Twin in 5 minutes. Can we cram in? Random Twin of the Week here in 5 minutes?
Valencia? So. You're talking to Valencia?
I am talking to Valencia. No.
Unbelievable, Swaggy!
Seeing if we can make some additions to the Score North Twin Show in 2024. I don't want to promise anything, but Declan's going to throw out some clues here. I have 8 wins. Judd has 6. Declan has 5. It's Declan's turn for the clues. Last week, let's see, Matthew LeCroy was the last one we did, the guest listener predictor on Write That Down.
A couple weeks ago.
Before that, Judd rattled off Butero, Winfield, Craig Breslow, Glenn Williams in an epic winning streak. So, Declan, fire away.
All right. This random Twin of the Week played in 125 games with the Twins. This random Twin of the Week made just under $6 million in his Twins career. This random Twin of the Week hails from Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Wow, random Viking and random Twin, both from South Carolina.
That's right. I didn't put that together. This random Twin of the Week appeared in 11 games in the postseason. Two games with the Twins.
In postseason.
And postseason play.
Wow. Okay.
It's random Twin of the Week in those 125 games with the Twins. Made just one start. Got a guess, Judd?
Terry Mulholland.
Terry Mulholland.
Okay.
Old school there.
Respect it, though. Where do I want to go next year? This random Twin of the Week has worn the following numbers in his big league career: 14, 54, 15, 12.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
But he made a start. But he made a start. He made one start.
One start. Let's see here if this tips a hand.
14.
When this random Twin was acquired At Phil Mackey tweeted that this is an excellent trade for the Twins.
Was it?
But he made a start, so it's not a position player. So.
Or he just always came off the bench, apparently.
Well, wait, are we talking about a start? Are you referring to a start as a starting pitcher, or are you just talking about a start period?
A starting pitcher. He made one start as a starting
one start.
pitcher.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it wasn't like he just sucked so bad he only was allowed to make one start. All right, thank you. One start as a starting pitcher. No.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
This random twin of the week is currently the highest paid player on the Cincinnati Reds.
Wow. I couldn't name 5 Reds players right now.
Wait.
I just saw this fact.
He's the highest paid player
Talking
on
baseball.
the Reds. Pagan.
Oh.
Emilio Pagan, your random twin of the week.
Jesus. Did you have that already? Did you have that put together like 2 weeks ago or just today?
No, I had to put together this morning. I originally had someone else in mind, and then I saw some Emilio Pagan facts, and I was like, you know what? Let's pull a fast one on these guys.
You did.
Let's go a recent random twin.
Ridiculous. Tip of the cap to Judd. I mean, whatever. You guys are in store for something next week then.
Wait, don't
Whoa,
punish me.
whoa,
Don't
whoa.
punish me. I didn't do nothing. I didn't
Hey.
do nothing wrong.
I gotta go. We'll talk to you guys for probably.
Bye, Emilio.
We might do a feedback Friday, but
Love
you
you.
guys, I'm out of town, so we'll probably hit you next week with a Score North Twin Show
Yeah, well,
barrage of hot stove content. See ya.